students, in our last class we had a discussion on the chemical properties of haloalkanes, right? Let's get it in short fast. Now let us discuss another example of nucleophilic substitution reaction. Already 6 reactions under nucleophilic substitution reactions have been discussed so far. Let us take the 7th example, replacement by carboxylate group. Listen students, this was your general reaction, nucleophilic substitution reaction. Rx, that was the substrate molecule, alkyl halide. When this be treated with nucleophile, this is the general representation of nucleophilic species. As a result of their nucleophilic substitution reaction, we were getting the nucleophilic substituted product. Nucleophilic substituted product, and finally this was the leaving group. Now, here our nucleophile is carboxylate ion, and this carboxylate ion, it can be generated from sodium, potassium or silver salt of carboxylic acid. When sodium salt, potassium salt or silver salt of carboxylic acid be treated with alkyl halide, we will get ester as our nucleophilic substituted product. What have I told you? When alkyl halide it be treated with sodium salt or potassium salt or silver salt of carboxylic acid. This is your salt of carboxylic acid. Let us take sodium salt of carboxylic acid, RCOONA. Let me represent this R as R gas. Okay. So in this reagent you will get this nucleophile carboxylate ion. This would be the nucleophile, and this nucleophile it will attack to this carbon containing halogen such that X minus will leave, and as a result of their reaction we will get, now this R it is attached to oxygen, so we will get R dash C double bond O OR. This is our ester, nucleophilic substituted product, and this Na plus that will combine with this leaving group halide ion, we will get NaX. This is our ester. Okay. For example, when CS3 CH2Br, ethyl bromide be considered as the substrate molecule. This is ethyl bromide. When it be treated with sodium acetate, let us consider sodium acetate, sodium salt of acetic acid, then here the product would be, this is your nucleophile, acetate ion is the nucleophile, this nucleophile, it will attack this carbon containing this bromide. Bromide ion will leave. As a result, we will get CS3 C double bond OO. This oxygen now it is attached to this carbon of ethyl. So our product would be CS3 C double bond OO. This oxygen now it is with CS2, and that CS2 is again attached to CS3 group. So overall ethyl group is here, and the byproduct is Na plus and this Br minus. They will give rise to NaBr. So this is our ester. Okay, this is your ethyl group and this is your acetate part. So this could be written as ethyl acetate. This has been obtained from the reaction of sodium acetate with ethyl bromide. Okay. Similarly, CS3 CH2 C double bond OAZ. Let me consider silver salt of 1 carboxylic acid, butanoic acid. This is silver butanoate. Silver butanoate plus, let me take another example of alkyl halide. Let us take very simple alkyl halide molecule CS3I. Okay, methyl iodide. You yourself think about the mechanism. This is the reagent. This will provide the nucleophile. Here the nucleophile is butanoate ion. This is your butanoate ion. This butanoate ion, it will attack this carbon containing halogen. This halogen group will leave. Ag plus and this I minus, they will give rise to AgI, silver iodide, plus the ester obtained is CS3 COO. Now this oxygen is attached to this methyl group. So we will get CS3 CH2 C double bond O. This is your carboxylate part. This is the carboxylate part of the ester. What is the ester? This oxygen, when it be attached to this methyl group, you will get your final ester. In this ester, this carboxylate part that has been obtained from your reagent, which is the nucleophile here exactly, and this alkyl part, it has been obtained from your substrate molecule, alkyl halide. Then finally, the ester formed here is methyl butanoate. So in this way, we can obtain ester when carboxylate group be considered as the nucleophile. In order to get the carboxylate ion, we can use sodium salt, potassium salt or silver salt of carboxylic acid. And when that be treated with alkyl halide, particularly primary alkyl halide, then we will get ester as our nucleophilic substituted product. Okay, when secondary alkyl halide be considered, that will be taken as substrate. We will get the ester, but along with the ester, certain amount of alkene will be formed due to the elimination reaction. And when tertiary alkyl halide be chosen as our substrate, exclusively alkene is obtained as product, because the elimination reaction that predominates over nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay. The next nucleophilic substitution reaction is replacement by cyano group. The next reaction is replacement by cyano group. CN group. When alkyl halide be treated with alcoholic solution of potassium cyanide KCN or sodium cyanide, as a result of nucleophilic substitution reaction, here alkyl cyanide is obtained in measure amount. alkyl cyanide along with the formation of little amount of alkyl isocyanide. Isocyanide, this is alkyl cyanide, this is isocyanide. Only there is a difference with respect to their linkage. Here carbon is attached to the alkyl group, whereas here nitrogen that forms bond with the alkyl group. Okay, this is alkyl cyanide, or this is also called as nitrile alkane. Nitrile. This is the measure product here. This is obtained in measure amount. Whereas another minor product is alkyl isocyanide. This is also called as carbyl isocyanide. Okay, and this K plus and X minus, they will give rise to KX for the same halide. Let me take some example fast. When CS3 CS2 Cl be taken with KCl, the medium is alcohol, or you can take dimethyl sulfoxide. Dimethyl sulfoxide, that could be considered as the solvent. Okay, so this Cn minus, that will substitute this chloride ion, so that we will get CS3 CS2 Cn. Let me write the measure product only. Okay, CS3 CS2 Cn, and what would be the byproduct? This K plus and Cl minus, they will form KCl. This is ethyl cyanide or propanenitrile. IPC name is propanenitrile. This is propanenitrile. It has been obtained from ethyl chloride. Ethyl chloride. Look, students. This product that contains 3 carbon atoms, whereas in the substrate molecule 2 carbons were there. So as a result of this reaction, we can increase the number of carbon atom by 1. We get a product which contains 3 carbon atoms. So this reaction may be used in the ascending of series. If we need to increase the number of carbon atoms, then we can think about this reaction. Here we can increase the number of carbon atom by 1. Okay, and this cyanide, alkyl cyanide or alkane nitrile, this can be converted into the varieties of other organic compounds. For example, alkyl cyanide RCN, they can be reduced into primary amines containing the same number of carbon atoms, primary amines. These can be converted into amides, RCONH2, when they be hydrolyzed in a controlled manner. When they be hydrolyzed completely, we will get carboxylic acid, RC11OH. When alkyl cyanide be taken in Stephen's reaction, we will get aldehydes, and by treating these compounds with Grignard's reagent, we will get ketones. So in this way, we can prepare several important organic compounds like primary amines, amides, carboxylic acids, aldehydes, ketones from alkyl cyanide by various chemical processes. Okay, all these reactions we will discuss in our later on classes, when we will study about these aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acids, amines. Okay, but you need to remember here these alkyl cyanides or alkane nitriles, they can be converted into all those organic compounds. So this is quite important, because by the help of this reaction we can increase the number of carbon atom, as well as the product formed here, it can again be converted into several other organic compounds. Okay. Similarly, when alkyl halides, they be treated with AgCN, silver cyanide. AgCN, when alkyl halide, it be treated with AgCN, silver cyanide solution, then here alkyl isocyanide is obtained in major amount. This was the minor product in the previous case when KCl was used as the reagent. This was the minor product. But now when AgCN be used with alkyl halide, this is also nucleophilic substitution reaction. But here alkyl isocyanide is obtained in major amount. This is obtained in major amount, quite reverse to that of the previous reaction. Whereas alkyl cyanide is the minor product here, minor product plus AgX. This is a byproduct. These two reactions are quite opposite. Only there is a difference in the use of reagent. Here the reagent is potassium cyanide or sodium cyanide can be used. Whereas here silver cyanide is the reagent. When potassium or sodium cyanide be used, we will get alkyl cyanide as the major product. Whereas AgCN, that will lead to the formation of alkyl isocyanide in prominent amount. That would be the major product. Okay. So now we will try to find the reason. What happens exactly when we will change these reagents? Alkyl potassium cyanide or sodium cyanide or silver cyanide. Okay. Let us bring these reactions into analysis. What have I told? When alkyl halide it be treated with potassium cyanide or sodium cyanide solution, we will get alkyl cyanide in major amount. Whereas alkyl halide with AgCN gives alkyl isocyanide as the main product. Okay. When potassium cyanide is used or sodium cyanide be used, this sodium cyanide or potassium cyanide, they are ionic predominantly, and due to their ionic nature they will provide Cn minus ion in their solution. These Cn minus ions are ambident nucleophiles. Ambident nucleophiles, these are the nucleophiles having more than one nucleophilic sites. In Cn, this carbon as well as nitrogen both are attacking site. Both can attack, both can act as the nucleophilic site. They will attack the substrate. Let us consider the Lewis dot structure of this cyanide group. Overall 10 electrons are there. Carbon has 4 electrons, nitrogen has 5 electrons. 5 plus 4, 9. One extra electron is there due to negative charge. So 10 electrons. Let me arrange this 10 electrons in terms of Lewis dot structure, then we will have this kind of structure. Okay. This is 6 electrons plus 2 electrons plus 2 electrons, 10 electrons. Here carbon has a pair of electron, it can act as the nucleophilic site. This nitrogen, it has its lone pair, it can attack as a nucleophile. Okay. So when carbon will attack, a bond between carbon be formed, that means we are getting cyanide. And when this nucleophile it will attack through this nitrogen, then we will get isocyanide. A bond will be formed between carbon and nitrogen. When nitrogen will be the nucleophile or nucleophilic site, we will get isocyanide, and when carbon, that will be the nucleophilic site, it will attack through this carbon, then we will get cyanide as product. Okay. Potassium cyanide or sodium cyanide, they are ionic. They will provide Cn minus ion. Now Cn minus ion, it is quite free to attack either through carbon or through nitrogen. However, predominantly it will attack through carbon to the substrate. Why? Because the carbon-carbon bond is quite stronger as compared to carbon-nitrogen bond. When it will attack through carbon, a carbon-carbon bond is formed. Whereas when it will attack through nitrogen, a carbon-nitrogen bond will be formed. Out of this carbon-carbon and carbon-nitrogen, carbon-carbon bond is stronger. That's why predominantly we will get these kind of bonds, carbon bonds, means we will get cyanides, alkyl cyanides in major amount. Okay, this can also be understood in some different way. Let me try to explain it in a different way. This is your substrate molecule RCH2X, alkyl halide. When potassium cyanide be taken, potassium cyanide, this is your potassium cyanide. Okay, due to ionic nature of this basis, we will get this nucleophile. In alkyl halide, this carbon containing halogen, this carbon has partial positive charge. Partial positive charge. This means it is a soft acid. Soft acid means it is the electrophile. And in cyanide, carbon is less electronegative than nitrogen. Less electronegative than nitrogen. It means it is the softer base than nitrogen. Softer base than nitrogen. This is soft acid. This side is quite softer. This is soft base. According to HSAB principle, hard soft acid base principle, a soft base tends to form bond with a soft acid. This is your soft base that will have the tendency to form bond with soft acid. Means this carbon will have more tendency to form bond with this carbon. We will get carbon bond. So the attack mainly occurs through carbon, such that this will be your leaving group, and we will get RCH2CN. This K plus and X minus, they will give rise to KX. Okay, so in this way we are getting cyanide or nitrile as the major product when NaCN or KCN be used. Okay. However, when AgCN, silver cyanide, will be used, silver cyanide predominantly it is covalent. It cannot furnish CN minus sufficiently or easily like your KCN or NaCN. So let us talk about AgCN, the reaction of AgCN. This is your AgCN molecule, predominantly covalent. I told, carbon that is bonded to this silver through covalent bond. This nitrogen only contain a lone pair of electron. There is no extra electron over carbon. So as carbon does not contain extra electron, here the main nucleophilic site is nitrogen. So when alkyl halide be taken with silver cyanide, mainly it acts as the nucleophile through this nitrogen side, resulting in the release of X minus, such that a bond between nitrogen and carbon is formed. Nitrogen and carbon, when nitrogen that forms bond with the carbon of alkyl group, you will get isocyanide. So as a result of this reaction, you will get RCH2. Now this carbon is bonded to nitrogen. That nitrogen is again bonded to carbon, and this X minus, which is the leaving group here, that will help to release this Ag as Ag plus. It will help X minus, that will interact this Ag in the form of Ag plus, such that you will get AgX. Ag plus will come out, then this electron will be over carbon. So we need to put a positive sign, positive charge over this nitrogen, because this nitrogen, it has contributed its pair of electron to this carbon to form this bond, Okay, so positive charge is to be considered here, and this pair of electron now it is with this carbon, so a negative charge is to be put over the carbon. Okay, this is your isocyanide. When silver cyanide it be taken with alkyl halide, we will get isocyanide as the measure product. Whereas sodium cyanide or potassium cyanide when we taken, then alkyl cyanide is the measure product. Okay.